Hey guys, welcome back to the Always Forward podcast, and this is pretty exciting for me. I got MJ here, Michael Johnson, fresh coming off of recovery and a win. Welcome, brother.
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Sid texted me. He's like, "Hey, you're doing a podcast with MJ," and you're like, "Okay, fine."
I know, pretty much. He didn't even ask. He's like, "Yeah, you're just gonna
do this thing."
I'm like, "What the fuck is going on, dude? Like, what?" But yeah, you know how he is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How long you known him?
Wow, it's been a while. It's been that long, since I've known him. I'd say a good 7-8 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's good people, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Good people. Yeah.
So where are you from?
Yeah. St. Louis, Missouri.
No
born
kidding.
and raised. Yeah, born and raised.
My wife's from Kansas City. Born and raised.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go. Yeah, Midwest. So, St. Louis, Missouri was there pretty much all the way up until college.
Where'd you go to school?
Went off to Central Methodist, which where I would go to high school.
No, it's college.
Yeah, so I went to Central Methodist my freshman year of college. Got out on a football scholarship. So I actually played football my freshman year.
What
got
position?
into some running back.
I was gonna say, I was like, you were a 155 guy when
I was pushing about 200 pounds
back then.
Back then. So I was a good 190-ish, 195. So trying to get up. I was a little smaller, but I was still trying to put on a little bit of weight. So that's what I did my freshman year. Got into some shit, kind of like wrong place at the wrong time, like bullshit, like some weed smoking. Basketball players like had some like fucking high school girls in his room.
Oh man.
Yeah, we come up to the room and we just like, like, man, okay, this isn't our scene, yada yada. We're leaving. The RA comes by and he's like, "Hey, were you guys in this room back here?" And for some odd reason, like probably the most rarest times I tell the truth. Like I rarely told the truth, like especially if somebody's asking me if I did something. Like I'm not.
It wasn't me. It was
it
was a guy
yeah.
over
So
here.
for some odd reason, I saw another football player that got in trouble. He was behind me. He looked like he had gave me up already. So I think that's why I admitted it. And I was like, yeah, I was in there, but nothing was going on. And got in trouble with guilty by association at this point. So this is 2004. So 2004. So I graduated 2004. So so this is exactly 2004 because it would have been after the summer. So they tell me I couldn't. So I get in trouble.
Yeah.
Obviously, can't play football my sophomore year, and I can't
just by being there.
Guilty by association, and I can't be a full-time student. So I couldn't live on campus at this time. And I was probably a good 3 hours from home, and at this point I'm like, man, like fuck, like everything just went to shit. Like I'm one of the the best freshmen to play in this position at this spot. They're not even recruiting another running back for next year because I'm here, and they'll have me for one more year. I'm planning to transfer out to Alabama, following my sophomore year. That's what I had plans to do, and it all just like went to shit right there. And me being I was 17, 18 at the time, I was like, fuck you guys, and I just left.
I
just left. I just went back home.
I mean, what were you gonna do?
I know, right? Exactly. But I should have stayed, finished, the year or so I had left in school.
And played.
And they wouldn't have let me play, but I should at least finish the schooling, got the credits, wouldn't let my grades go to shit. I pretty much went on like a second spring break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also it was, I didn't really have the means to get back to school. It was 3 hours away. We were going to have a car at the time. And then I was like, I can't play fucking football. Like, what if I'm going back for? Like, I had the mindset, like, I'm in there to play football
not get a degree.
Yeah, as opposed to, no, motherfucker, you're there to get an education. You're just happen to play football. Like, I was completely ass backwards at that time. So, I left.
Which most 17, 18-year-olds are.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't, didn't have that push. So then, no, we're going to figure out a way to get your ass back up to school, and you're going to finish this out, and we'll figure it out then.
Yeah.
So we didn't do that. sophomore year, all my friends from high school were in Springfield, Missouri, which is like Missouri State, which is that school. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. Let's rewind back to me going back to St. Louis. Yeah. I went to a junior college my sophomore year in St. Louis, and I started wrestling at Merrimack. It's a NAI school, junior college back in St. Louis. It was one of the top schools for junior college wrestling wise. So I did that for that year. I couldn't be eligible because of what happened at Central Methodist, but I could wrestle like 2 tournaments or something. So I did that, wrestled 2 tournaments. I ended up going down to like 160 I wrestled. So yeah, I think I lost 40 pounds in the span of
How'd that feel?
6 months. I mean, it felt terrible because it was the most unhealthy thing ever. Like, I don't know. This is an interesting story because I don't really think I talk about this much in a lot of podcasts, but obviously I'm coming back from having my life just crushed over at school. I'm not in a really good place. I'm wrestling, I'm still like doing things, but I'm partying a lot, fucking around with cocaine, a lot of things, not really.
So a little bit of self-sabotage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Of course. So definitely wasn't healthy,
You weren't focused as an athlete.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to cut down to 160 healthy-wise, eat, train.
No, I'm going to go party. We're going to go do whatever. Then I happen to wrestle, so I can still do this and party. I'm 18, 19. Of course, I can stay up until 4 in the morning and then go wrestle at 10. I'm fine.
You ain't doing that now.
Yeah, I'm not doing that now. No, I haven't been doing that for like 15 years. But yeah, so that
I stay awake too late and I get up early and I feel hungover.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that was the problem, man, and wasn't really focused on anything. I knew I couldn't wrestle fully. I couldn't be a full-time wrestler, so that wasn't as important as it should have been.
Right.
Because just based off of what happened at the school before.
So you didn't really have like a strong purpose.
No,
there was
nothing to work for. I had nothing to work for. I had nothing to work for. So that made an easy decision to, okay, I'm going to go to Springfield, Missouri, which is a few hours away. All my best friends are down here, they're partying, having fun. It seems like that's where my mindset is. Pleasure,
just make me feel good.
Exactly, right, having fun. So I was like, I'll go to one of the community colleges there, pick up a few classes, yada, yada. Did that, and still nothing to work for, nothing to like drive me or whatever. And sure enough, I found Springfield Fight Club, an MMA gym, which is something I've always been wanting to do since, we're talking in high school around that time.
So this is the start.
Yeah.
This
so
is the
pretty much,
of you.
Yeah. This is the beginning of it. So we're
awesome, man.
So
so how old are you? How old when you found that? Like 20?
Yeah, 20. We'll say 20. We'll say about 20. Yeah, because
you're 35.
35 now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So actually, it was 20 because I would have got on the Ultimate Fighter and I was 21 because you got to be 21 because there's alcohol in the house. So and I did that 3rd year fighting. It took me 3 years to get there. Yeah, so it's probably right on time. So I'm about 19, 20.
I didn't even know you were on Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, season 12.
This is why I missed all that. So my wife's a big fan of all that.
Okay.
I was in Iraq.
Yeah.
When all that kicked off, I was deployed.
Because 2010 was when it would have aired. You were still there.
I was in
Afghanistan. 2012. Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah. You were in Afghanistan when I was in high school, when I was a freshman. Like, what are you talking about? I was fucking 12, 13, like running around trying to finger girls and do a bunch of dumb shit in high school, And
so you found this MMA gym in St. Louis?
Yeah. So Springfield, Missouri. Yeah. So Springfield, Missouri. I found the MMA gym, and it was weird because I ran into a buddy, Zach Cummins of mine. He was another UFC guy at the time. He was actually my trainer. He was on my wrestling team in Merrimack. So I ran into him while we were out. And he's like, oh, yeah, what are you doing in Springfield? I'm like, yeah, yada, yada. I came down, to hang out with a bunch of my best friends from high school. And, I'm going to start fighting at Springfield Fight Club. I started training there. So I told him I started there, and I haven't started yet. I told him this. He's like, oh, yeah, really? I trained there. I haven't seen you. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm planning on coming in. So this was already more like, okay, now you definitely got to go take your – now you got to commit. You just told him you've been training. I've been planning on it. So I finally went in, You know, I met the head coach, Rick Weimer, you know, which is, you know, a good friend today still. And actually, he's really good special ops military guy. What funny.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty interesting to have him on. I got to connect you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he does, he was on the, like a fast SEAL team. Like it was FAST. Their logo's a ninja logo with
Fast.
Yeah, I gotta.
Is it Marine or Navy?
Yeah, Marine.
Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Marine fast. Yeah.
So
okay.
I'll give you some more info when we get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a good guy to have. So I ended up meeting him, and I trained for a good 3 months before I even went to like a pro class. And finally, we did the pro class, and I had my first fight. Fought 5 amateur fights. You know, won 2 titles, and then I decided to go pro and just kind of pursue that.
Like, we know how good you are. But, like, talk to me about that first fight as a young man.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
How did that feel?
It felt like too like normal. You know?
Really?
Yeah, because at this point, okay, you gotta imagine
nervous?
like
no, I had like that
No, I was a little nervous, but okay, you gotta understand. So my background before all this is I was a huge knucklehead.
Okay,
like, this is how I kind of got popular in high school. You know, you got to use the quotation marks, but I was known as one of the kids that always fought at like the house parties, like, or against other high schools. You know, that was a big thing in St. Louis. It was always like high school rivalries.
Troublemaker.
It was always high school rivalries. You call it troublemaker, more like a trouble ender, trouble solver. You know what I mean? But yeah. So that's always like what it was. So like that's just what I did.
Yeah.
You know, we go out and we end up getting into fights.
So you were comfortable in that arena.
Yeah. So I was comfortable. I was like, yeah, I've been fighting, like I can do this and kind of get praised for it and look at it as a positive, or I can keep doing dumb knucklehead shit
and get hurt,
hurt somebody, get put in jail, you know, doing anything. So that was an easy transition for me to go. So it was a little nervous, of course, but yeah, got through, and the rest is history. You know,
So you went, and then so after how many fights did you have?
I did 5 amateur fights.
5 amateur fights.
Yeah, before I turned pro.
How'd you do that on those 5?
I went 5-0.
Nice.
Yeah. So I went 5-0. I won 2 titles. Just
so your
amateur.
coach was like, "This is the future. You got to do this."
Yeah. Like we all agreed on it and came into terms. You know, I had the wrestling background, striking. You know, it was just basically like a street fighter at the time because there was no real skill behind it.
So what would you say your, I don't know if you want to call it, but your primary martial art?
Yeah. It's stand up. Stand up and strike. Like I said, it was more of like a street brawler to start off, you know, and then started working with my first boxing coach, Clyde Hicks, you know, out in Springfield, and everything. You know, Rick worked him with my stand up, and then I just had to get comfortable on the ground. You know, and that's where, my great friend and instructor Gabe Woke, is a black belt under, the Gracies, and he just helped me tremendous. So I started getting comfortable with that, and I already had the wrestling background, and they just kind of fell in, all came together, you know.
So what was when you went pro, who was your first promoter you went with?
Oh, this was just a little local regional shows. Doug Bland was another guy. He ran some Springfield Fight Club shows. So then I had some things in Columbia. I had some things like all over the Midwest. So you got to say at this point, like regional shows, you know, like you got to like drive to these shows that are like some are like 6-7 hours away. So we were driving to Iowa and Nebraska and Columbia, Missouri, and all these different places, just fighting, trying to build that up.
What was your mindset back then? At that point in your career, like
get to the UFC. Like get to the UFC. Like get to the UFC. That was the goal. Yeah, get to the UFC, become a world champion. Like win a bunch of fights. You know, I was serving tables. You know, at the time I was going because I was still in college. You know what I mean? Like, so it was literally wake up 6 a.m. You know, go work out before I go into this serving job at 10. Serve and wait tables, you know, all through lunch, and then get out and go to MMA practice, or I would have like a class in between. So I would kind of alternate these like throughout the week. So I was getting really no sleep, and then of course I was bartending at night. At night, so which is bartending / partying / working / because, and then I just keep on repeating, doing this over and over again until I got my chance to get on the Ultimate Fighter finally. I tried out 3 times, for it and just kept getting denied. And they finally put me on the third one, and I got runner-up or second place, first loser, I guess you said.
What does it say? If you're not first, you're first or last?
Yeah. So.
That's not true. You can be second, you can be third, you can be fourth. So you came out as runner-up on that. Is that what got you into the UFC?
Yeah. So you know how the it was the season 10. Yeah. So you were in Iraq. So, but season 10, 11, I got denied on those.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went in and I'm like, hey, listen, this is getting expensive following you guys across the country, trying out, you keep denying me. So, you know, like the producers finally put me on, and the rest is history, like another milestone complete finally. So I decided to move from Springfield, Missouri, and I went to, was it Canada for a little bit because I was on Team GSP.
Whoa.
So I went to Canada for a little bit, and then I ended up in Albuquerque at Greg Jackson's.
Okay.
With his camp for about a year, and then you know, things how it worked. I ended up in Florida, and then been there for the last 10 years.
How long? Why'd you move to Florida?
So my manager at the time, that's where like they were based out of. He had a partner that was based out of there. So they split, and I ended up just staying in Florida. It was either Florida or Albuquerque, and being, once again, a young kid, you know, with potential to make a lot of money. You know, throw a party scene in front of this young kid, and, you know, you got girls and this and that. It's like, Miami or Albuquerque? It's like, yeah, I think I'm going to stay over here.
Stay in Miami.
You know,
I'm not going to the desert.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
like Albuquerque's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I mean, compared to Florida, like, what are you gonna pick? Like,
right now Florida is looking good for everybody.
Yeah.
So, where do you train out of Florida?
My gym's just Sanford MMA right now. So it used to be the old black. The team started off as the Black Zillions, and now we're, you know, a whole new Sanford MMA team.
And is that how you've been the entire past 10 years?
Yeah.
So you've been there for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, off and on. Not really off and on, but definitely on.
Yeah. So when did you actually start? After you started the UFC, what year?
Yeah.
So
the Ultimate Fighter was, I say, 2010. Yeah, that's when it aired. So then 2010.
And then you went right after that. You were.
Yeah. Then I'm in the UFC. So so 12 years running.
How many fights you have?
UFC.
Yeah.
About, I think I just had my 25th UFC fight.
And you've been in the ring with some big people.
Yeah, everybody, a lot of them,
and beat
all
a bunch of them.
Yeah, been in there with all of them, beat some of them, bullshit losses to some of them. Yeah, but it's all in the past. You know, we're on a whole new path now.
So what happened with the injury?
So man, what didn't happen with the injury? You know, it's just
for people that don't know.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, I 3 surgeries back to back to back, you know, is what I dealt with after my last fight. So this was like February 2020.
Who was that?
Clay Guida.
Okay.
So I fought Clay in 2020. Before that fight, like I had my fucking knee swell up like a damn softball. I got it drained. Just went in like, you know, I'm not passing up this opportunity to, you know, go in here and fight Clay, and, you know, like I need to fight. This is what I need to do. And I went in and fought him, and after that fight, you know, I was like, man, some things just aren't going right. You know, like this is 4 fights in a row I've lost. Like, I know I'm better than this. Mm-hmm. Like, nothing's really changed at practice. You know, I still have the same mindset. You know, maybe my body just isn't firing like it should be. You know, maybe I do really need to get these things looked at. So when I fought Khabib, you know, that fight, which was 2016, mm-hmm. I think, I suffered a neck injury in that fight. So I had a herniated disc, and
that was the big injury, right?
Yeah, this was the big one. Yeah, so I was trying everything I could do to avoid surgery. You know, I'm not wanting you guys to open me up and go on my neck. So I went to.
I mean, that could have been it.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was, you know, fucking terrified of it. I was like, nah, it's fine. Like, you know, I'm gonna play this tough guy. Like, it's fine. Like, it'll heal. Like, you know. And the whole time I'm fucking walking like a mummy, and I can barely turn, and, you know, all this. So I went to go see one doctor in Florida to get like a cortisone shot or some bullshit, and didn't work, made it worse. You know? Yeah, like I don't even think he just some bullshit. He just put a needle in my back and hope for the best, you know, something like that. And from that point, you know, I definitely just strayed away from everything for years. I mean, it was probably a 4 or 5 year span where, I mean, nobody was going to touch my neck. Nobody was going to put anything in it. And like, just
were you still training?
Yeah, I was still training, still fighting full time. Yeah. So while I'm doing this, so just still dealing with it. You know, getting rehab, physical therapy, you know, medications, you know, some epidural shots. You know, because I'm still getting tingling down the side of my arm and my grip is all fucked up. And but I'm still training,
still stepping in the ring.
Still training, still stepping in the ring, still fighting. And still doing what I love to do.
So hindsight, what would you have done different with those?
I would have got it fixed right away.
You wouldn't have, like, not even getting in the ring. You would have just been.
I would have got it fixed right away.
I'm gonna get it fixed right now.
Yeah.
What do you think would have been the difference?
I mean, everything. I mean, just the way I move, the way I punch. You know, like my power was being completely gone. Like,
so I think that's a lesson there, because there's so many guys like you, like myself, like guys in the military, who, sports guys that are in teams, like they don't want to deal with the injury because they don't want to be taken out of the game. You don't. Oh yeah. You didn't want to be taken out of the ring. Yeah. I don't want to be taken off my team. Some sports guy doesn't want to come off. You know, whether it's football, lacrosse, rugby, doesn't matter. Yeah. That's the mission.
Yeah, and it's gonna force you.
Later,
because this is exactly because this is exactly what it did.
I was just talking to another guy, and I was talking about how they were basically saying the same thing. They were saying, if you take care of it earlier on, you could have had a much longer career. Yeah, you know what I mean. A better career if I would have just taken the 6 months, taken the year to recover, taking the time to take care of myself now, and then continued on. Yeah, you know. But you have these. That
tough guy mindset.
That tough guy mindset. You're just like, no, I'm gonna rock this thing to the grave.
Especially this is my finances and how I'm getting paid. Like, no, like, come on, like, sign me up. Like, we'll get over the neck thing. Like, don't worry about it. So that happened. Put a
when did you get that fixed?
So
just over a year ago, right?
I mean, this is just fixed. Yeah. So this is March of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are we, 20? Yeah,
2022.
Are we 2022? Damn, time goes fast.
So fast.
Wait, so I don't even think I fought 2021. Maybe I fought once. Okay, so February 2021 was my clay fight, and then I took the whole year off, and then I just fought last week. So so that was the time. So so you
had the surgery in March?
Yeah, so the fight before Clay's fight, I fought a young kid named Thiago Moises, and I beat his ass the first round. He came out and heel hooked me the second round, and here we go with an ankle and a knee problem now.
Because you already had it. Yeah, the same leg. Too?
Yeah, it was the same leg too. So I already had something on this knee, but then the left ankle too has been wrong with this thing. You know, from that fight, whether it was a kick or how you like ripped it in the mover or whatever. You know, so. Here we go again. So I'm dealing with that fight. I'm dealing with that ankle, that knee, and then the neck has always been a thing. So I'm dealing with all three of those leading into the Clay fight. The ankle's a new injury, you know. So I'm like, well, fuck, you know, I'm dealing with all this shit. So I finally decided to get them all fixed. So while I'm out in Arizona, I was dealing with some more things with the neck, getting shots, making it worse, not fucking doing anything, you know, like. At the end of the day, some of these doctors or clinics are just trying to collect the insurance check.
Of course.
They fucking care less of what they're doing works, you know. And I had to stop and ask them, like, are you guys even putting medication in the needle? Because it looks empty, like it looks like nothing's like in there. Yeah, like it was supposed to be
charge your insurance $4,000.
Yeah, some type of cell that they're supposed to put in. You know, well, it looks just like air. You know, like so. Finally, I get hooked up with another buddy named Daryl Lynch, you know, who works with artificial disc like replacements. So
Okay.
a doctor named Dr. Razuli out in LA is the guy that did the surgery. So I finally got linked up through these guys, and Ali, which is another manager and all MMA, he referred me to these guys, and thank God they came right on time with this referral, because I decided to go ahead and get this disc put in, and that changed everything. So the knee got surgery, and then I got the neck done, and then I got my ankle done. And we're talking like back to back to back. So I probably had a few weeks after the knee, and then a few weeks after the neck, and then I went ahead and got the ankle done.
So you're going through all this. Meanwhile, like, you're not fighting. So like, you're not making money.
No.
You know what I mean?
Spending money
you're
on
spending money.
Traveling. And
all this stuff. Where's your brain? Where's your mind at? Like, because guys like us, we have to have, we were talked about earlier, you have to have a mission. Now, granted, your mission at that point is to get healthy, but still, it ain't fighting.
Yeah.
It ain't training. So, where was your brain?
It wasn't there. Like, it was just like
do you have any
mush.
Do you have any depression or?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I know for my guys, like when our guys get taken out of a team or get kind of benched, right? There's a lot of, or anything with an athlete, right? Like, there's a lot. It's like almost like brain fog and depression kind of starts to kick in, because they're not that German. They're like that German Shepherd that has nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they get anxious and they get,
you go fucking crazy.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly, yeah, you go crazy. Like, you got nothing to do. You can't do anything, even if you did have something to do. Like, I can't walk.
Rehab.
So I can't walk. I can't put weight on my ankle for 4 weeks. This time it's fucking a month almost. So I'm rolling around on my scooter.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's it, from the bed and to rehab.
Was there any tools or anything that you used to, like, I don't know, keep yourself moving?
No, man. I just couldn't really do much, because, and then at this point, I went and moved out to Vegas for 2 months to do my rehab at the UFC PI.
Oh, nice.
So I had them focus on my neck and everything. So it was nothing there. Like, my mom had to be there with me, because I couldn't do anything on my ankle or anything like that. So she went to Arizona, where I got my ankle surgery. And then we drove to Vegas to do all the rehab for the ankle, neck, and knee. So I was out there for a good 2.5 months. So it was just me and her. And then when she left, it was just me out there. I could walk a little bit, kind of. So it was like, I didn't have shit to do but, go try to gamble or just sitting home and watch TV and roll joint after joint after joint, and fucking get more depressed based off of, just sitting there like smoking and doing nothing. Like, you might think it's working, but at the same time it's making it worse, because you have to keep on smoking just to feel that way. Yeah. And it was a long, hard 2 months of rehab, and then you kind of think you're getting there because you can, like, work out and train, but then you got to do another one. Yeah, because you're not fully healthy enough, or your ankle's not better enough. So then 1 month turns into 2 months, and then 2 goes into 3, and then it's like, well, what the fuck?
Finally, you got through it.
Yeah. So then finally, we're here at post fight.
Well, even before then. So, like, when did you start? When did you get back into a training camp?
So I got back September of last year.
How'd you feel?
A little shaky.
Yeah.
A little rusty. No, not weak necessarily, because
the rehab.
Obviously, the rehab was doing good. So I stayed in somewhat decent shape.
Yeah.
Definitely not fight shape, but I wasn't like some fat slob. Coming off of 2-3 months.
That's a good point. How much did you gain? How much weight did you gain?
I didn't gain much.
Really?
I probably got up to like $180.
Okay.
And
what do you normally sit at?
About 175.
Okay. Yeah.
And then if I'm training, all the time leading up into something, I'm a solid 170.
170.
So I don't cut much weight.
So you cut about 15.
Yeah, about 15, 20 pounds.
Have you always been a 155?
No, I went to 145 for about a year.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was the worst decision of my life. I suffered my first real knockout.
At
145 at the end of a fight. And that was the last time I was ever at 145. Yeah. Like, granted, like it was, by a great fighter, Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
But yeah, he and I was beating him the whole fight. This happened in the last 30 seconds. Yeah, he just clipped me.
He just caught you, or you?
Yeah, he just caught me. No, I wasn't worn out much, but wasn't thinking right.
Yeah,
thought he was going for a body shot, and my hand went down, my chin went completely out.
Gave it all
like, here, hit me, and he fucking sure cracked me. Yeah, and he hit me, and then I just went down. I wasn't completely out because I would have loved for him to make him like come on top of me and hit me some more, so I could wake up. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, crazy mind is how we think. I'm mad at the ref. I'm like, I told you to have him like come down and finish me. Yeah, because in that scenario, what if he does come down there and grabs me, and then I can grab him and hold him and
recover?
Yeah, then I'm not knocked out at this point. He just dropped me. Yeah. At the end of the fight, I hold on, I still win. Yeah. But nope. He fucking walked away. They called it off, and so
shit,
back up to 55 I go.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna go eat now.
yeah. So it was an easy one.
All right. So you get in a fight camp, and did you already have a fight, or you just knew?
No,
I needed to get back into the gym.
We just needed to get back training.
Yeah.
I started training in September. Was hoping to fight around December. Everybody's telling me I'm crazy. Like, of course, like, no, I'm fine. I can do it. Nope. Like, ankle is not healthy. I can't even get through a full week
of training.
Training. I still got to go through rehab, and so December turns into January, doesn't happen. In February, doesn't happen. March doesn't happen. Now we're sitting back. Now we're healthy enough to get through like full training camps or whatever. And but we've been out for so long, and the UFC's so booked and busy. Everybody's got fights. Like, no, we can't squeeze you in anywhere, Michael. Like we're working on it. So now I gotta wait. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I'm still not making any money, so I'm still kind of in these like depressed, but not so depressed because I can finally go to the gym and train and be around my teammates. And
that helps.
That helps a lot.
The right community.
Yeah, so that helps a lot. So.
Well, that's what I get pissed off about that too. Like speaking on, specifically on the depression stuff. Guys get like that, and they just go sit on the couch. It's like, you think that just sitting on the couch is going to help?
Yeah, like, for a little bit, but
like, you have to go find your people. You got to go. You got to go back to your purpose.
Yeah,
I mean? You gotta, like you said, like you got to go back into your team, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I start feeling better again. Mm-hmm. Well, why is that?
Yeah,
you're not just miserable sitting on the couch.
People are making you laugh, and you're having fun, and
that thing.
Yeah.
So when did you find out about this fight?
So we finally found out about it. What was this? March, April, May, about April, about the beginning of April.
It's like a month and a half out.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, maybe even it's a month out. But at this time, I'm waiting on a call anyway. So
you're already training for it.
Yeah, I'm training for a date. At some point, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like May or so. Finally got one early May, which is good.
Yeah,
because then I can have still a good portion of the year to get a few more in. So,
so did anything you change leading up to it?
Yeah. No, nothing changed. Nothing did anything. The same, similar stuff. Rested more than anything, which is different, from what I've done in the past.
Yeah.
I've kind of worked out a lot, but I've noticed I don't need to. Recovery's a big deal. I don't need to.
As you age.
Yeah, as I age, I don't need to work out as much.
Yeah.
Been fucking fighting for 15 years. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I just need to get my mind right. My body needs to be right. More important.
And be ready to ready to go in there. Man, you looked. I don't even want to say confident. It's like you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. At some point,
I don't know if you did, but the whole fight and even the commentary was like, they were like, he looked so different. Like, you looked so confident. You looked composed. Everything was so tactical. The whole thing just seemed so tactical.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. We had a long time to work. Yeah, long time to work, long time to get my mind in a better place. just went back to the basics. You know,
Yeah.
I stopped. I kind of just took a whole reset. Like I just started over my whole career. Like that's basically what my mindset was. I was like, I'm gonna go in and learn. Maybe I'm not doing shit right. You know, maybe I do need to do this a different way. You know, there are better ways to move back. You know, as opposed to how I move back or sprawl or kind of defend and takedown. There are better ways. Like let me, you know, like see that and listen to it. You know, so you learn some more from my own teammates, even the younger ones. You know, so that's what I kind of had to do and took a step back.
Were you confident going in there?
Yeah, I was pretty confident in this one. Yeah, which I mean, I'm confident in every one of them. You know, all of them. You know, my confidence level always stays at high. You know, it's just whether or not if I'm going to perform or not. You know, this night I did.
Well, you definitely performed.
Yeah,
that was beautiful. Matter of fact, that whole I don't know how much you saw the other stuff, but that whole card, that was probably one of the better UFC fight nights that I've seen.
Yeah.
But definitely better than the week prior.
Yeah.
That week prior was garbage. that Rose fight, I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't even believe I paid for this.
I didn't watch that one too much, but
you didn't miss anything.
Yeah. So it sucks to see her lose, especially if nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, if nothing happened.
I don't even know how they picked the winner.
Yeah, if that happens, the champ keeps the title.
Yeah, it was super weird. But that was not the case with your guys' card or any of those fights, and that was just absolutely beautiful. And if you guys haven't watched that fight, please go back and watch it. It was just, I mean, it was like textbook. It was absolutely textbook.
Yeah.
It did look like you got, and you mentioned to it. It did look like he stung you. I think it was round 1.
Yeah.
And but you said you were like, nah, I was good.
Yeah, it's fine. Shit happens.
Yeah.
It's a fight, you know.
But you recovered. It looked like you
recovered. I need to get hit. You know, you need to get hit in a fight to wake up.
That's what did it?
Alive. Yeah, so that's what did it.
That's what did it.
Yeah, that was the initial. Okay, all right.
I'm back in going.
Here. Yeah. Because I mean, got to get it out of the way. You know, I mean, I say that shit in sparring a lot.
So when you knocked him out, are you on autopilot, or do you know exactly what you're doing?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that 4-punch combo, I was like, it almost looked like you were just like on autopilot.
Yeah. I mean, because initially, you know, that's the combo work. That's what we've been working on. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what we do all in camp. So all that, it's definitely autopilot. Just coming out and doing. But
when you saw it, what did you think? Did it even register that it had happened?
Not so much.
No.
I
can imagine not, right? Like you're still in the fight.
Yeah.
Until it's over.
It over. Yeah. I still don't even realize what I hit him with. So, but like I said, man, fight was over and done with. You know, that was supposed to happen. You know, I was supposed to go in there and do that and take care of business. And now, you know, I took my first few days to, you know, enjoy it, and now I just like forgot about it. You know, like
on to the next one.
Yeah, on to the next one, clear my head. I know that, you know, I still got, you know, a fucking long road to climb, but you know, like I said, I got the history and the track record to get up there quicker than a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gonna keep that in mind also.
What have they said anything about lining anything else up?
No, we'll probably look to go again in July.
Okay. You know, that soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that you woke some people up, they're like, hey,
I'm healthy finally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can keep fighting. You know, there's no reason for me, you know, not to fight.
Yeah. And
keep on this journey. You know what I mean? Fights are just checkpoints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just gotta keep getting to them and keep getting to them and keep going through them.
So what are you gonna be focused on now?
Growth. You know. Same thing, you know, what we just been focusing on, you know, growing, getting better, getting more comfortable. You know, I'm getting, you know, better than my last fight. So, yeah.
So what are you doing when you're not training? You're not fighting?
Relaxing, man, more, you know, just chilling out. Like I said, this road has been, you know, so long and difficult, you know what I mean? Been, you know, not having much money to go out and travel and enjoy myself and do those things. But there's a silver lining with that, because it taught me, you know, hey, maybe I don't have to go travel and spend money. You know, I'm sorry. I just want to keep that same mindset, keep living like that, keep that money in the bank, keep it safe, and just continue to go on and just do what I need to do.
Work on yourself.
Yeah, work on myself, do some better things. Dab into the the real estate market a little bit. That's not going anywhere. Not more than not like buying or selling, but getting into selling, getting my license. Learning the system. Learning the world.
Smart.
Yeah.
Because one thing that people don't realize, and I tell, especially from my military people, is the same thing with if you're in athletics, if you're a fighter, that road's gonna end.
Yeah.
At some point. Mm-hmm. You ain't doing this forever.
Yeah. Eventually, I had early in my career, I had that mindset of, I need to build some things and get some things going.
Yeah.
But then, not being around the right group of people.
Well, the problem is if you're doing that too early and you're not laser focused. Meatball. If you're not laser focused on what you're doing, that can cause you to misstep.
Yeah.
Anything, any goals, you got to be that's everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they say, but I think I'm a little different in the aspect of I kind of need other things going on, because if it's just solely fighting, you can focus on it, solely fighting, do that, but a guy like me, I like to kind of multitask a little bit, and I might go crazy just solely focused on
one thing.
On this one thing.
That's the way I am.
Yeah, when I first got into the game, I was, waiting tables, going to school, fighting, bartending. Those aren't great accomplishments by any means, but fucking 4 or 5 things going on at once. While full-time student, working full-time.
I'm so fucked up that. People always tell me hey, just do one thing, focus on it, build it to a million things, whatever. And I agree with that. I think that for a lot of people, I think that is the way to do it. But for me, for some reason, I have to have 4 or 5 things going on at the same time.
Yeah.
And if I sell one, I've done this. I'll sell off a business, and then I'll just start another one. Mm-hmm. I'll just replace it with something else.
Yeah, because what do you got to do, right?
Busy. I don't know. I got to stay busy.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, some people operate better that way. They need more than one thing going on, and I'm one of those people. I just can't get bored. I get bored easy. I get bored really easy. So.
And then what happens? Self-sabotage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Figuring out something to entertain yourself.
I make jokes all the time. They're like, kids are like, well, I'm bored. I'm like, that's funny because I haven't been bored since 1992. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So what it made you interested in supporting this event? So for those of you that don't know, we're here at Core Medical Group's Military Appreciation, and you're doing a clinic in the morning, which I'll be there.
Yeah, Sharking Clinic,
which would be awesome. And you actually got some pads sponsored for the thing.
Yeah, Sid got some things going.
Okay.
Can't think of which ones he got.
Yeah. So anyway, so what got you interested in coming to support this?
Yeah.
Obviously, other than Sid just saying, "Hey, MJ."
Just being around and supporting the veterans, the military thing. It's actually a funny story. I almost went after high school. I almost went in. I had a guy come to high school and ever talk. I'm like, I want to play football and all this. He's like, oh well, good. We got a football team. You can still do this and everything. But I told him I was like. I can't just be one of the guys in there. I got to be one in you, type shit. I got to go do some special type shit. I want to be. I was saying this at a young age. When I was young, I was like, no, I want to do the shit. I don't want to sit up and dress and walk and front line type. No, I want to
go work.
Yeah, I want to work. Put me away where nobody knows where I am. Type thing. But yeah, but obviously never got into it. That's a kind of a little regret of mine just because I always was interested. But like I said, man, I have so much, appreciation for, everything and what everybody's, done. And, it takes a certain type of person to go and, dedicate themselves for something bigger than themselves. They're thinking outside of just themselves, like you guys are volunteer to do this.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Nobody said, hey, you're going to go do this. We're going to put you in this uniform and teach you how to shoot and like go in. So yeah, that takes a different person to definitely
put their life on pause in a way, in a kind of way.
In a kind of way.
I say that because what they don't realize is you have to start your life at some point. Like I said, like everything ends, fighting ends. There's a chapter, that's a chapter of your life, and you ride it to as long as you could do it. But eventually, you get old and you can't do it forever, and you got to. And then what the fear that not fear the worrisome part, I guess, that I worry about people is when that day comes, they have an identity crisis.
Yeah.
If I can't be a special operator, I can't be a UFC fighter, MMA fighter, then who am I? And that's the biggest thing that people need to like be prepared for. Like you got to know who you are outside of what you do. Like what you do is what you do, but who you are, that's the question. That's the development that you need to figure out. So no matter what you do, you always know who you are, and that way you stay centered and you stay healthy. You don't, unravel and things like that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's one thing I had to.
I mean,
learn.
You get hurt.
That's what I mean. Anymore. It's like shit. Like,
so who's Michael Johnson?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I had to really learn that, figure that out, and not take what I had for granted a little bit, because that's what you do. You're like, oh, I got it. It's going nowhere.
Yeah, right.
It's fine. You look up, fucking 3 surgeries, 4 fight losing streaks. Like, I'm on my way out the fucking door. Like, in
my early 30s.
Yeah. I was like, I need to get it going. Push, keep pushing, and forget all the other shit in the past.
Kind of stay hungry.
Yeah, forget all the other shit. I gotta be hungry. It was like force hunger at this point. You know what I mean? So
now we're recovered.
Yeah,
and,
recovered, ready to go. I
don't even think you need to recover. You looked like you walked out of that ring like you walked in.
Yeah, completely fine. Hands hurt a little bit, so I gotta let the hands heal up. Yeah, shoulders are a little sore, but
it was beautiful, man. Yeah, it was beautiful. So now when do you start training again?
30th, beginning of June. I mean, like I said, I already did one practice, but I'm out here for this event this weekend, and next weekend, got my little niece's birthday shower. My youngest niece.
Shout out to her! Happy birthday!
Yeah, a birthday shower.
Birthday shower.
What am I saying? Baby shower.
Baby shower.
I was like, what am I saying? Why is she saying birthday? Yeah, baby shower.
Baby shower.
Yeah, birthday shower. Baby shower. There we go.
There's a baby coming.
Yeah, there's a baby coming.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, there's a baby coming.
So I have 2. I have one just turned 20. One's about to turn 16. And then I've got I don't know if you saw him. I got a little. He's almost 2. He's a little redheaded.
Yeah, with the little mohawk going on. Yeah, that was yours. Yeah, I saw him. Sunglasses. Yeah, he's real cool. Yeah, didn't see him.
And we're working on another one too.
Hey, nice. Here you go.
All right, so you're training, and then hopefully a fight in July.
Yeah.
Anybody that you're looking at, or just whatever you can get?
No names at this point. Just the next one.
Let's go level up
to the next one. Yeah.
And then where can people? What else? How can people support you?
Just on Instagram, social media. Menace Fight. Mm-hmm. So Instagram, I don't really go on there much, but I'm on there. Like that. That's where you'll get that's where you'll see the most of me.
Instagram is majority where you're.
Yeah. Instagram. Same thing on Facebook. I don't do much Twitter. I think I'll start back up. So Twitter's Follow the Menace.
Okay.
The website's got to get back up, put up, but just
we'll put all that in the show notes, so you guys can follow along and.
Not hard to find.
You're not.
I'll be around.
Awesome, dude. Well, thanks for sitting down with me, man. I appreciate that in the midst of all this.
No problem. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate the talk.
And you haven't even. You think you've done one interview post fight, right?
Yeah, it's my second one. It's probably the last one.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
thank you, bro. The last one.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. I just wanna get back to what I was just doing. What I've been doing. I'm like, nobody wanted to talk to me. Like nothing was going on. You know what I mean? Like I'm just here enjoying the show, training, fighting, winning.
Yeah.
And I'll get to all the other bullshit later.
Well, good, dude. Well, hey, you guys do this. Tag him, tag me. Share this with your friends. You guys know the deal. And other than that, we never quit, never surrender, and we always keep moving forward. Peace.